the style of Shark Tank or Dragon's Den, and that will go on for 2 minutes, and then the judges will deliberate and we will declare a winner. The winner will get support and mentorship from our partners at Founders Factory. So, do we have some judges? And by the way, guys, this is the final element of today's proceedings, and after that, we will all go to the pub just round the corner. Which is something I'm looking forward to. I don't know about you. So to introduce the judges, I'll start with my esteemed colleague here, Darren Murphy, who's head of innovation at Unbound, who has put together, I think, something like 6 startup battles for this event. Brilliantly so. So let's have a round of applause for Darren. Next to Darren is Kati Velayutham, who is standing up for you all. And Kati is a director of Women Who Code. Thank you very much, Kati. And next to Kati is, of course, Trine Lena Maggi, who's also getting a round of applause. She's a venture associate at Founders Factory. And next to Trine is Atal. Atal here is a CEO of Spark 10. And of course, from Backstage Capital is Andy Ayim, who's the managing director of Backstage Capital. So these are our judges. And now, without much further ado, we will welcome on stage our first female-founded startup. It's Bubble. And to present it is Jo Eckersley, who's the CEO. Please come on stage, Jo, and best of luck.
Hi, everybody. I'm the founder of Bubble. We're a team of marketing and advertising veterans. I got the entrepreneur bug after about 3 years in the media industry. That's radio and newspapers. And I set up my first company aged 23. Actually, that's not true. It was 14, the school shop, but we'll gloss over that one. By 27, I was chair of the Bath Business Women's Association, and I was also a board member of Bath Chamber of Commerce and Business Link. But I also became a single parent, and I tried to wrap being an entrepreneur around that role. I moved to London when my daughter was 7, and into technology innovation consultancy for the creative industries. So now my daughter's 16. I've spent the last 2 years building this business, which is the one I've always wanted. I was hiring an amazing team. I found 21 angel investors, mainly from the creative industries, who've invested 500 grand to date. And I've been using the experience my team and I have in the marketing, funding, and innovation world to build this product. So what do? Basically, we set up Bubble in direct response to frustrations we've got in the app marketing space. And what makes us a team is our shared vision. We all want to get away from data mining, from invasions of privacy, and from mindless marketing. So there's some serious pain points around the industry for brands and consumers right now. Whatever brands resort to today to try and overcome the problem isn't working. They've been stuck on that fast buck data ticket without looking at the long-term impact and cost of that approach. And consumers are responding by turning off if they have a bad mobile experience. But I'm glad to say the industry is changing. Leaders in the industry, like Glenn Hartman, are realizing the sector's been behaving badly, and they realize it's not all about annoying ads. It's much more about customer engagement. And this campaign, which was the Burger King Whopper Detour campaign, made everyone sit up and take notice. Basically, they drew virtual geofences around 2,000 McDonald's locations. And they have far less than that. They invited people to go to these locations to trigger a voucher. It was fun, totally unexpected, and yes, it took them 2 years to build the tech, but the impact, as you can see, was phenomenal and award-winning. Now, our tech, basically, we were building at the same time. We launched our beta product last week, and we're currently onboarding 7 clients, so perfect timing now. BK have done a great job of showing the world how it works. We can do so much more with our plugin than Burger King did in their award-winning app. Our tech roadmap means by the end of this financial year, we'll be able to upload those 20,000 geofences in minutes that they had to spend months hard-coding into their app. And by 2021, we'll be using 5G and other technologies to provide instant AR overlays. This is how we're going to do it, as a simple plugin. Thank you.
Well done, Joe.
That 3 minutes goes very quickly.
Yeah, well, it must have been the
Yeah.
slide numbering. Anyway, well done, Joe. Bubble, let's hear from the judges. Questions for Joe.
Hello.
Hi,
It's
Joe.
very hard to see you down there and amongst the lights. I'll stay here.
My question will be, you said like invade of privacy. It is all about push notifications in micro moments.
I can't hear you, sorry.
You can't hear me? Can you?
Yes, I can now.
Okay. You know, like I read your website with the information about the
Yeah.
product, and it said like micro moments.
Yes.
I mean, invade of privacy, because the push notifications all about sending the informations to the geofencing users. How do you invade? I mean, like draw a fence for the privacy of the informations which you share?
Okay, so basically we use a mix of different technologies, and it's always coupled with an app. And it's always based on the permissions that the consumer set in that app. So the consumer with our product is in complete control of what they're engaging with. We match preferences that are set in the app, or we allow, obviously, consumers to turn on or off what it is they want to engage with.
Okay, thank you, Joe, for going first. I've just got a quick question. You mentioned the cans example.
Mentioned
the example that you gave as
Yes.
your competitors.
Yes.
I was just wondering if you could talk a little bit about your technology, how that differentiates.
No, I wish it was. They spent 2 years hard coding that themselves. They brought in their own tech team, and they did it all from scratch. They obviously didn't know we existed, so if they did, they would have come to us and saved themselves so much time.
Thank you.
Any other questions, guys?
Just one last question. How important the mobile should be connected to push this information to the mobiles?
How important it should be connected to
Wi-Fi or...
To Wi-Fi. It doesn't need to be connected to Wi-Fi because we're using GPS and assisted advanced Wi-Fi and the technology in the phone. So we will use things like 4G, etc., and other emerging technologies, so it doesn't have to be connected. We cache the data, so when you actually go into an area where there may not be Wi-Fi, as soon as you reconnect, you'll get that information, or the response that you make to a survey, for example, will automatically go up to the cloud, to the live dashboard, where you can view all the technology happening as people respond.
Thank you.
What is your monetization model?
The monetization model, thank you, because I didn't quite get to that slide. I don't think I can click through anymore, unfortunately. Basically, we have a license. We have a SaaS model, which is the single tier, and then we have a license, which is a monthly license, and we also have an incremental revenue on top of that, which is micro payments depending on usage.
Right. Thank you very much,
Thank
Joe.
you.
That's enough questions. Thanks, judges. Okay, it's
Thank you.
Clicker. Thank you very much. Well done, Joe. Okay, next up we have, I like this name, it's Hannah Such, and she is going to talk us through Go Jauntly.
Can I have the clicker?
Oh, sorry, yeah. Time starts now.
Hi everyone, I'm Hannah. I'm one of the co-founders at Go Jauntly. We're a health and wellness company, and we made an award-winning walking app. I've got about 15 years experience in the design and tech industry. In my previous life, I worked with the likes of Xbox, Google, and Nike, delivering cross-platform services. So we are facing a global crisis, and I'm not talking about Brexit here. Physical inactivity, stress, and depression cost global economies billions. Pollution and climate breakdown is costing us the Earth, and in an increasingly connected world, we are losing touch. Walking is one of the easiest ways to help combat this crisis, but not enough is being done to attract new audiences to this pastime. In 2019, people value experiences over things. It's more important than ever to create innovative digital products and services that help people thrive in these challenging circumstances. The health and wellness industry is booming, the experience economy is growing, and mobile health apps are predicted to be the fastest growing segment in digital health. Our total addressable market is 65.7 million. we are already revenue generating, and I'm really proud of this. People use, the video's not playing, people use Go Jauntly to basically load up local walks near and far, and they can create their own walks. Sorry, the video's not working, but you can download it on both app stores. Map My Walks were acquired by Under Armour in 2015. All Trails raised 75 million in last year. We're in a really great space, and we've got an amazing set of features that we've self-funded and curated ourselves. We've got brand new audio trails, which have been brought to you by James Wong and Boots Walgreen Alliance, where we've worked together to deliver it. So we have a 3-tier model. We've got premium subscriptions where you can get extra special walks and tours. We do paid partnerships as well. So we recently worked with the TfL to help them meet their active travel targets. And we can do white labels off our core platform as well. So adults with and without kids use Go Jauntly to find routes. And last year, we got voted one of the top 5 lifestyle apps in the world in the Webbies, which is pretty cool, beating the Kardashians to the top 5 spot. Yay! This video's not working either. Oh, there we go. We're constantly innovating, and we've just won some funding from Innovate UK, and we've been piloting a new augmented reality feature, which is super fun. These are just some of our existing partners. If you know anyone that wants to work with someone like us, please let me know. We are seeking to raise 150K. We're self-funded. We're already revenue generating, but we would like this basically to launch globally, hire 3 permanent members of staff, and grow our paid partnerships. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks, Hannah, especially when technology lets you down. Isn't it awful? You dealt with it very well.
It's a really nice video.
I like the kind of Pokemon Go tree meets
saw
the
that
Ramblers
one. Yeah, that's good.
Right, judges. Questions, please, for Hannah.
Firstly, well done. It was
Thanks.
a good pitch given the time restraints as well. Could you share a little bit more around the origin story and who we are? Who's the team?
Oh, yeah, that's a really good question. Thanks for asking. So basically, me and my co-founder were really frustrated about being chained to our desks all day. Then we did a whole bunch of research around the barriers to walking for people, and then all of the health and wellness benefits. So, for example, children spend less time outdoors than prison inmates. You know, that's wrong. Women spend less than 25 minutes a day in fresh air, also wrong. And we knew that a lot of the products on the marketplace, they're not very user-friendly. They don't tailor to your location. They're really hard to use. So we were like, you know what? We can own this. And we just did a whole bunch of user research. I'm from a service design background. And we just now wanted to bring all these walks to everyone and for everyone to enjoy them. So that's the origin story. Does that answer your question? Sorry?
Is your co-founder technical or you?
Yeah. So background is we both run a service design consultancy. And so together, we bootstrapped this, self-funded it through our other agency. And now I'm working full-time on this. But he's a UX and service design background, and I'm operations background and strategy.
Hi. First of all, congratulations. Very good business so far. You built it.
Thank
well
you.
Done. Good pitch. There was a chart in which I could see you guys are actually getting all the stars versus your competitors. Well done for that. How you are going to protect yourself on all those things and keep on innovating in coming years? Because those criteria were okay, they're not the one you can't. Competitor is not going to reach out to you. So what is your competitive strategies going forward? Not now.
From now, so my vision going forward, I think, really is to create a hyper-local experience globally. So we piloted in London 2 years ago, and then we launched in other cities across the UK. And now we're working with launch partners, basically. So we just won a project to work with Norfolk County Council to kind of deliver active travel for them. And it gives us basically an opportunity where partners pay us to launch. So we're in that kind of space where we seem to have been able to prove our business model. But in terms of innovating and continue to innovate, I think for us, we're in a really unique position where we had 0 money and we've already had 80,000 downloads. So we know that there's a need there and that people want it and that people love it.
These partners which you sign, are they actually signing exclusive deals with you, or they're open to sign with your competitor as well in future? So, for example, TfL, are they open to sign with any other competitor as well?
Yeah, like TfL are strapped for cash, and so at the moment we are looking at what kind of business model that we can work together. So it is like a co-promotion thing because we provide the platform already. It's up and running. People are using it. You don't have to download a million different apps. You just have to download ours, and the content's there. So that, I guess, is one of our USPs. But yes, we are in a one-year contract with our recent client, and it's exclusive.
We've got time for one more.
Quick one. How do you keep your retention rates reasonable?
Yeah, that's a really, really good question. So at the moment, we've got about a 20% retention rate, and it really, really changes with the seasons, which probably sounds really obvious to people. But yeah, we get really big spikes, like bank holidays, weekends, bank holidays like Christmas, and real big peaks at the weekend. But what we could do more of, which is on our roadmap, is do a bit more ECRM, because at the moment we're doing like notifications and just like regular emails and stuff, but there's definitely like an opportunity, I think, for us to embark on a full ECRM strategy to improve our retention rate, because it's something that's bugging me.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Hannah. Thank you. Is that your water bottle?
Yeah, thanks.
Can I have the clicker?
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
remembered this time.
Right. Brilliant. Thank you, Hannah. Next up on deck is Laurel Quinn, who is the CEO and co-founder of Sustainably. Take it away.
So much. Hi, everyone. I'm the co-founder of Sustainably, which I founded with my 23-year-old daughter, Aishal. We're creating a range of ways to give. Whoops. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. We're creating a range of frictionless ways to give that are integrated into daily life and engaging a new audience of philanthropists who want to do good on their own terms. At Sustainably, profit and purpose is embedded, and we're making it easy for everyone to have a positive impact every day as part of a global community of people who want to change the world. And millennials are really the driving force behind that, where they want to buy from and work for companies who do good. In the UK, Generation Z and millennials give the most to charities, and it's a growing market with 75% increasing their giving in 2019. Global giving is forecast to rise 250%, with over 4.9 billion people giving to good causes by 2030. Both Just Giving and CrowdRise were recently acquired for $100 million and $90 million, respectively. But a lack of tech advancement and innovation in the sector with no clear brand leaders means barriers to giving are rising. With Sustainably, consumers can automatically round up their spare change to causes they care about, aligned to the UN Sustainable Development Goals every time they shop on their card or connected device, making it easy for everyone to have a positive impact every day. And we're creating a range of products that make doing good frictionless. Sustainably lets people have full transparency and control over their giving and giving on their own terms and see the impact that they're making instantly. The current market is really fragmented with single-point solutions and no standalone brand. And we're creating a range of frictionless ways to give that make doing good safe, transparent, and secure, and all controlled from your mobile phone. So you can give instantly, monthly, at events, to causes in the street, all without giving out your personal details, and get retailers and employers giving to causes you care about, too. We have a SaaS pricing model based on the volume of users for charities, retailers, and employers, generating up to £1 per user per month, forecasting 100K revenue this year and 1 million raised for good causes. We launched our beta for Monzo Bank customers, and we've just recently connected to 11 UK banks, making Sustainably available for 90% of the UK banked population. We have Virgin as supporters, and we work as investors, winning the Creator Awards last year. And we have a brilliant team behind us and advisors. And we want you to help us create even more impact in more communities and change the world every time you shop. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Laurel. Well done. OK, over to the judges.
It would be great to learn a little bit more about your kind of conversion rate with the banks. You said 90% of the banks have you kind of integrated into a solution.
Yeah,
It'd
so
be good to know about conversion and also, I guess, retention.
Right. Yeah, we've literally 2 weeks ago connected to 11 UK banks, and some of those banks we are going to be partnering with to push out to their employees, some of the larger banks, and some of whom have large volumes of charities as well connected to them. So we're just in the process of creating the partner marketing program that will accelerate the growth of those audiences, but we use open banking APIs to do that, so we're already connected to those 11 banks and adding more soon as well, challengers and mainstream.
Thank you for a really great pitch. Just a quick question, if you could expand a little bit on the team,
Yes.
but also just talk a little bit about the journey to how Sustainably got to where it is now in terms of bootstrapping, leaning on partners, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I'll start with the second half. I was head of digital marketing and digital strategy for FTSE 100, where I set up the digital team and helped scale it from 6 to 30 countries in 10 years. My daughter, Aishel, was working in ethical retail, and I had this original idea, which was inspired by Acorns investing, where you round up your spare change to your investment portfolio, Tom's Shoes, where you buy something and do something good, and Pokemon Go, where you can flick money, or flick within your environment. And I was had all these post-it notes on the kitchen wall, and Aishel was in ethical retail, making her home organic and all this type of stuff. So it was really just a combination of our two skill sets, her more from the retail and design. She has done UX design courses now subsequently, and my sort of digital scaling skills that led us to where we're at. And in terms of the team, we have a real range of people from retail, creative industries, technology, banking, and then advisors who are unicorns, tech, charity, and so on. So we've got a really, really varied skill set in the team, including data science and a real sort of interesting mix there.
What's your customer engagement strategy?
So the engagement strategy, first of all, is through the charity partners who we create impact with. So we will be giving them partner marketing assets. To just give you one example on that, the charities that we work with also have lots of business partners. So one of the charities is Brew Gooder, which provide clean water projects when you buy beer, but they want to promote sustainably to their partner, their Office Beers Club. So they have ASOS, Monzo, Innocent, Patagonia, all these guys in there that they want to enable them to support clean water when they buy other things, not just when they buy beer. So those types of network effects. And then obviously the banks, which I've mentioned. So there's a big sort of, and the retailers that will be getting on the platform as well. So there's lots of different routes to market that we're working with at the moment.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Laurel. Well done. Thanks. Round of applause for Laurel and Sustainably. So next up is, and this is the fourth startup pitching, and this is Stepladder that we're going to hear about from Lucy Mullins, who is a co-founder of Stepladder. There you go, Lucy. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm Lucy, co-founder of Stepladder, and if any of you are looking to buy a home or you know somebody that is looking to buy a home, hopefully the next 3 minutes will change your life. This is the nightmare that you're faced with as a first-time buyer.
The UK property market has remained in a state of flux.
Particularly for first-time buyers who, in many parts of the country, have been priced out of the market.
Credit crunch saw house prices rocket up by 40 to 60%.
How is it possible? It's far too big, it takes far too long. Well, it just so happens that there is an option for you, and it's a thing called Stepladder.
So meet Sinead. Like millions of people in the UK, she was desperate to buy her own home, but finding it very difficult. 4 months after becoming a Stepladder member, Sinead had her property deposit and got the keys to her own home. Let me tell you how we helped her. After discussing Sinead's circumstances, we matched her to a group of other people in a similar situation. All could save £500 a month and wanted £5,000 towards their property deposit. Working together in a Stepladder circle, each member pays in £500 between them, and in month 1, they have £5,000. Stepladder then randomly allocates this £5,000 to one member of the group to use as a property deposit. This continues every month until every member has received their property deposit by borrowing and lending from each other. Sinead got her deposit in month 4, 6 months ahead of if she'd saved on her own. By using Stepladder, Sinead not only got her deposit faster, she felt part of a community, saved hundreds of pounds with Stepladder discounts on her mortgage, conveyancing and insurance, and was supported by her circle and the Stepladder team on the Stepladder app. Our business model is simple. We charge our members a small fee to cover the cost of service, but the margin comes from the mortgage brokers, lenders, solicitors and surveyors who pay us a fee. Stepladder is working. We've got 500,000 of committed funds from our members in circles this year. We've had over 20,000 people sign up to our mailing list to find out how we can help them, and our rate of applications is increasing every month. But this is just the beginning. There are 3.5 million first-time buyers in the UK alone. We only need 0.2% of this market, 8,000 members, for 7.5 million in revenue. But with the team we have, we can have far more impact than 0.2% of the market. We can and will revolutionize first-time home buying. Our team have life experience, wisdom, and education from 12 countries and from leading universities and financial institutions. As a founding team, we have 45 years of experience behind us and bring the head, heart, and tech to property buying. I have a background in psychology and executive coaching. My co-founder, Matthew, has 20 years' experience in financial services, and my other co-founder, Mihir, has a background in software engineering and machine learning. We are Stepladder, and we're here to help you buy your first home. Getting increasingly fast at the end.
What was that? Yeah. Can we get the countdown music next time, please? No? Right, Lucy, well done.
Thank you.
Over to the judges.
Hey, Lucy, well done.
Hi, thank you.
Well done for finishing just in time as well. Super impressive, especially as you're playing videos. How do you mitigate the risk of those that are, I guess, last in the chain and that diminishing returns of, actually, if I saved myself, I would have probably saved in about the same time. How do you incentivize those people to stay within the circle?
Yeah, great question. I think part of that comes down to the kind of people that decide to join Stepladder, and that's why it's great that it's such a big market. So when I started this business, I spent hours and hours on the phone speaking to people, and people would say, well, I'll definitely come last. And I was like, well, you won't definitely come last. There's a 1 in 20 chance or a 1 in 10 chance. So I was handing out probability lessons left, right, and center. And for some people who are naturally pessimistic and think they'll be last, Stepladder's, to be honest, probably not for them. But most people love the idea of being incentivized along the journey. Research shows that saving in groups means you're 300% more likely to be successful. And so that alone, for some people, is like, yeah, actually, if I sign up to this, it's like going to the gym. If you sign up and pay a personal trainer, you go to the gym. If you sign up and you pay Stepladder to help you, think, okay, I will stick with this. I won't dip in and buy that handbag or go on that holiday. So the discipline's a big factor. And then also the discount. So for Sinead, we saved her £750 on her mortgage lender, her solicitor, and her insurance products. So that more than compensates having someone on the journey with you.
2 quick questions. Well done, very good model, innovative one. Who else is the competitor? Who else is actually playing in the same field right now?
So that's a great question. So some of you in the room might recognize this as something called a ROSCA, a Rotating Saving and Credit Association. It goes by local names around the world of a chip fund, a partner hand, an ADJO, all around the world. So they're used informally, and we've met lots of groups of people that are doing them informally. But the problem is when you're doing that with friends, you're not all earning the same amount of money. And do you want to risk your friendship on, someone gets into trouble and then there's no insurance? We've got an insurance wrapper. We've an appointed representative of a company that are registered with the FCA. So we've got all of that wrapped in so that you don't have to worry about that if you're running them yourselves. So that is a competitor to us. And then the Bank of Mum and Dad are kind of that's the main one. When I speak to people, they're like, oh, I got my deposit. And I'm like, oh, that's brilliant. How did you get it? They're like, oh, my mum and dad helped. So we feel like we're the solution there for people that don't have Bank of Mum and Dad available.
I think you have covered my second question. You guys are actually not regulated with FCA, but your custodian is.
So we're an appointed representative of more lending solutions who are authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. So we're on the FCA register, and we're regulated as a peer-to-peer lending, because you'll have worked out that's what's going on. Everybody's borrowing and lending from each other.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Time for one more quick one.
Hi, Lucy.
Hi.
Very well done for the time management. My question is, what is the risk involved in financial security in perspective of the investors who turn into a beneficiaries as well?
Yeah, great question. So in terms of where we hold the money, when we take the fee comes into Stepladder, but the money, so the £500 in my example, goes into a client money account. So whilst we're not FSCS protected because we're not a deposit taker. The money is very secure because it's in a client money account. So if Stepladder were to go into administration, administrator could take over and the money would be held separately and ring-fenced in a client money account with Mango Pay, who bank with Barclays. Does that answer your question? Yeah, okay, great, thank you.
Brilliant, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, thank
well
you.
done, Lucy.
I'll go this way so I don't fall off
yeah,
stage.
Right, next up, it's Grey Parrot. And to talk us through Grey Parrot is Michaela Druckmann, who is the CEO and founder of Grey Parrot.
Thank you.
Round of applause, please.
Every day, all of us consume products and throw them into trash, adding to the growing waste that we're accumulating that we and our planet can't cope with. And this is why at Grey Parrot, we're focusing on building computer vision solutions to help improve and automate recycling and waste management systems. In 2016, we created 2 billion tons of solid waste just in 1 year, and that's going to keep going until growing to 3.5 billion tons by 2050. 60% of that is going to landfills and open dumps, causing massive ecological impact. Most of that is going to the developing world because countries like the UK, the US, Canada, Germany are sending their waste to developing countries. And that's causing a massive crisis. And we're seeing more regulation around that to stop it. This means that in the next 5 to 10 years, we're going to see increasing pressure to recycle locally and much more efficiently. And this opens up a massive opportunity. If we look at the waste management industry, it's growing 6% year on year. It's going to reach $530 billion by 2025. And within that, even the sorting before it goes to recycling is a $40 billion market, and sorting with robotics is a $6 million market. So why apply AI to this industry now? First of all, it's a strong use case. It's a very unpleasant work. It needs more efficiency, and there's increasing pressure to lower the cost. And on the other side, we have AI and deep learning that are now allowing to solve very complex visual problems and identifying very subtle differences in different items. With robotics, prices that are going down. So since we started about 5 months ago, we've been analyzing a lot this sector. And throughout, we've identified lots of different inefficiencies across the whole cycle, from separation to treatment. And also different use cases and ways to apply AI and computer vision to it, from smart bins to tracking waste in a better way, up to monitoring the waste. And we've already have 2 pilots starting in 2 categories, with one of the leading recyclers in South Korea and one of the leading recyclers in the UK manufacturing bins. We've also built our first prototype that you can see here, where we have a classifier that can classify 10 different types of waste, from cardboards, PET, so PET, which is one type of plastic, black trays, which are very difficult to identify, HDPE, which is another type of plastic. And our API is integrated with robotics in partnership with Middlesex University. So a very flexible technology that we can integrate to apps and robotics as well. This is our team, combining commercial and technical skills, and we all built key solutions before. Thank you.
Well done, Michaela.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Almost
right.
on time.
Actually, I'm going to love that foghorn. Judges, I'm sure you've got lots of questions.
Just
for
a quick
Michaela.
one from me.
Yes.
Well done, by the way. Super impressive and very interesting. On the in AI side of things,
Yeah.
What unique access do you have to data sets, and how much data have you used to train your machines?
Yeah. So that's definitely the key question we're asking ourselves every day. So the first training set where you see the demo, we acquired the data set ourselves and labeled it as well, both through crawling and also labeling and acquiring our own data. So we have about 10,000 data points for 10 categories. And now with our partnerships that we're having, for example, in Korea, we're going to be gathering millions and millions of images, like terabytes of images, for classifying those 10 categories. So really kind of 1,000-fold almost what we're doing now, which is the key to being able to identify very, very subtle differences between different objects.
Thank you, Michaela. I've just got a bit of a question on the kind of the market, the competitors that are
Yeah.
out there. Who else is developing solutions like this? And then, obviously, you're working with Middlesex University on the robotics part. But then, what is defensible for Grey Parrot?
Yes. So in terms of competitors, there are different ones across the different use cases. Where there's a few players already, it's around the robotics part, integrated with AI and deep learning. But all those competitors sell the software and the hardware together. So they're kind of a whole solution. And where we're trying to differentiate ourselves is to have a cutting-edge computer vision software technology that can then go to various types of robotics. And that's why the recycler in Korea is very interested in us, is that there is this flexibility. In the other spaces around analytics and smart bins, you mainly have players that are very good at the hardware, but again, the software is very poor. And so they're competitors, but we also see them as potential partners and customers.
Can you elaborate on your background and your team's co-founder's background a bit further? Because
Yes.
I know it stops exactly there.
Sure. So my background is more commercial. I started in banking, finance, and then spent 10 years in startups and operations, commercial. And then my co-founders, one of them is a PhD in computer vision, and the other one is a 15-year experienced deep learning engineer. All the team, we all worked together before in a company called Blipper, where we used to do augmented reality and computer vision. And really what drove us together is that we were building cutting-edge computer vision solutions, and we wanted to apply that in an area where, one, we can add business value, but also have positive social impact.
How do you make money?
So right now we're 5 months in, so we are currently not making money. But the pilots that we're running, they're a pilot, and then they have a commercial avenue. The main two models are, one, a SaaS model, when we're talking about the tracking of waste, where you provide an interface and the software, and then you have different users that can use it. And then in terms of the robotics integration, it's a license fee with the APIs.
Brilliant. I think, unfortunately, that's enough time. Well, we've run out of time.
Perfect.
So
Thank you so much, everyone.
Never enough. But thank you, Michaela. Well done. Brilliant stuff. So we've got one more startup to come and pitch. And that will be the brilliantly named Marshmallow Games, which will be introduced to us by the CEO and co-founder, Christina Angelillo.
Very simple, Christina.
Sorry.
Okay. Hi, I'm Christina Angelillo, and I'm CEO and co-founder of Marshmallow Games. We have a mission. We want to give value to the time that kids spend on mobile devices. We want to create amazing digital experiences for the whole family. How can we do this? So we created educational apps mobile for kids that use game as a mean of learning. And all the apps are focused on school subject and stimulate their creativity. And they are always updated to the latest technologies. We reached almost 1 million downloads without any marketing budget. We have 50,000 monthly active users. We have a retention rate of, after a month, of 60%. That is very, very high if you compare it to the average market that is 13%. All our apps were featured worldwide by Apple, reaching the top of the kids charts. All our apps are based on an authoring tool, a proprietary technology that speeds up the production of new app, reducing the development time by 60%. Using this tool, everybody can create a new app without any technical skill. All the apps that you can create with this engine are multi-platform and are reliable and stable because they share a core with 99 crash-free sessions. So we have two revenue streams, B2C and B2B2C. From the B2C side, we create original contents that we publish on the main mobile store like App Store and Google Play, and we publish them also on other platforms thanks to partnership with the telcos. From the B2B2C side, we create partnership with companies that want to create with us product in cost share and revenue share. So this is the funding team. It is composed by professionals that come from digital and educational world. And now, in this moment, we have a team of 14 talented and multidisciplinary people from over the Italy. And so this is our story. Marshmallow Games was founded in 2014, and since there we raised almost €500,000, and now we are here to search. We are searching for partners and investors. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Christina. Well done. Marshmallow Games. Judges, questions for Christina?
I hope to understand question.
Well, thank you, Michaela. Could you just talk a little bit more about the kind of current team? How long? So the team that you put up there is just the founding team. How big is the full company at the moment?
Can you repeat, please?
Yeah. So the slide that you put up with the team was the founders. How big is the company? How many people in total?
Sorry, I don't
think you said 14, didn't you? 14 people.
14, yes.
Yeah?
Yes, 14 people.
So that is the max strength of your team, 14.
Yes, 40. No, 40. 14. Okay.
1-4, right? I mean,
how much are you raising, and how much do you have committed?
How much?
How much are you raising from investors?
In total.
As in, at the end, you mentioned that your ask was that you wanted to speak to investors. Are you raising money?
How many we are raising in this moment?
Yeah.
1 million.
Okay, and how much do you have committed?
No, we are not searching in this moment, but at the last of the year, we want to start to search 1 million.
Okay, thank you.
This is the program.
Yep, thank you.
What's the social impact in the kids' world with all your, like mobile applications?
So, our mission, I said before, that is to give value to the time that kids spend on mobile devices, because all of us knows that all kids loves these devices. So what we do is to create something that can learn them something, and we use school to test our apps on kids, so we can see how they use the apps, if they love them or not, what they love, what they're not, what they don't love, and so on. So this is our social impact.
Thank you.
B2B, are you doing white labeling for them then?
So in this moment, we don't have a white label solution to sell, but it could be something to do in the future. So the tool I said before, so we use it internally. We don't sell at the moment externally.
And when you raise this 1 million, what would you use this money for? Are you revenue generating already, I assume?
So we want to use money mainly for marketing, because up to this moment we didn't spend a lot of budget in marketing. But now I think that is the moment to be more aggressive in this way to grow.
Okay, thank you very, very much, Christina. Can you stay here, please, Christina?
Okay.
So that's the end of the pitching. Please do stay with us. We've got 3 minutes for the judges to deliberate and decide on who the winner is. Can everyone, all of the founders and pitchers, come up on stage here, please, while the judges make their decision? A round of applause for everyone. So what's quite fun now is, while they're making their decision, is if we just go through you guys and see if you can each tell us something about yourself that's not to do with your startup. And Joe, oh, come on. Hannah, would you like to go first? Look, bear in mind, at the Vodafone one, we had a guy
I've got an
who said he
idea.
was in Evita as a child and started singing.
Okay.
Wow.
So you got that to beat.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to do a plug.
Yeah.
I've got a new podcast out. It's called Nature Bants, and it's to help people thrive in challenging circumstances. So I talk to people like James Wong and Dan Raven Ellison, who's like trying to turn London into a national park city. It's on Spotify, and I'm in my happy place when I'm there. And maybe my next career can be in hospital radio.
Brilliant. Tell us again, how do we download the podcast?
Yeah, so it's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, on your favorite podcast app. It's called Nature Bants.
Nature Bants, as in banter?
As in bants,
Bants
yeah.
in your pants?
Yeah, bants,
Okay,
ban.
brilliant. Laurel, tell us something about...
Okay.
you met the Lord Mayor today.
I did, yeah, that was great. I've got 2 dogs. They're called Chip and Mac, but they have many other names as well, lots of nicknames. But Chip actually has his own buggy that he gets pushed around in, so he's kind of, it's quite kind of alarming.
Is he lazy or?
No, he's actually got some like arthritis, but people think I'm crazy because I push one dog and then I pull the other one along with his lead normally, but the other dog has its own buggy. Aww.
Chip and Mac, right, brilliant. Joe?
I think one of the things that people don't necessarily know about me is that I'm really passionate about certain causes, particularly young people, and particularly how we don't serve young people very well as a society these days, and the things that we should do to support them, particularly in London, particularly around gang culture and stuff like that. Something that my family have been touched by, and I think it's something that we should all be caring more about, because we're not leaving a very good legacy for young people, and we don't seem to care about them very much these days, and they're feeling it and it's showing. So it's something that I care about a lot.
Good to know. All right, Lucy. Yeah, you're on.
Something that I care about very much. I'm a pank. I don't know if anybody knows what a pank is, or is also a pank.
A pank?
A pank, P-A-N-K. It's a very important word. It's like a special secret. Professional auntie, no kids. It's the best thing ever, being an auntie. I have the 2 most amazing nieces, 2.5 and 6 weeks old. You get all the fun, and then you get to hand them back. So, yeah, it's a very proud and happy place for me, being a pank.
Pank. We've had the bants and the panks. Okay. Christina.
Okay.
Tell us.
I am a mom of 2, and thanks to my daughters, thanks to my first daughter, I changed my life, and I founded my Marshmallow Games. And the truth is that I use my daughter as tester.
Oh, really? Okay. Do you pay her?
Very bad, mom.
Pay her or?
No, I don't pay them.
Right. Right. And one last.
With kisses.
Oh, that's very nice. Yeah. I bet a pank gives lots of kisses as well. Michaela, tell us.
So, this is a great addition. So, because startup life is pretty intense and you can get very caught up in work, I've tried to push a lot like other activities. So I picked up my transverse flute playing. So I play the flute since I'm like very young. So
transverse flute?
Yeah, so it's not this flute, it's this flute. I don't know how it's called here.
Oh, in school that was just a normal
Oh, okay.
flute. That's a clarinet.
Oh, okay. So
That's
in
a
Switzerland
piccolo
is different. So that flute.
Recorder, yeah.
So I picked that up.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
If you
some
had it
yoga
here,
and
we'd
some
make
golf
you
as well.
play.
Yes, I'm very glad I didn't bring it.
Okay, cool. Right, enough of that. Are the judges ready? Darren, do you want to come up here and bring all the judges up here? You might. Can Darren have a mic, please?
Thank you, Joe. Can I get you guys to come into the front rather than Mark herding you into the corner?
Where should we stand?
So thank you for
Here?
revealing some personal information about yourself while we deliberated. It was, of course, as always with these sessions, it's very difficult picking one winner today. And we had our time for deliberation. We obviously had time for questions. Thank you all for some fantastic 3-minute, maybe some 3-minute and 1-second pitches. The drum roll. I need the drum roll. No, I don't. As I say, it was a very difficult decision for us to make. It was very close right at the end. And the winner is actually Stepladder.
Hey.
So just to remind everyone, that means that thanks to our partners at Founders Factory, we will be able to take Stepladder into Founders Factory for some mentorship and to spend some time with the investment team there. So it kind of sounds like it's at the perfect moment. We are always, as Mark alluded to when we started this session, so proud to be able to give this opportunity to give over the stage to female founders. Last year, over 90% of VC investment went into male-founded companies. So this year, with female founders returning, and every year that we're going to do it after there, we want to make sure that we can get as many kind of really boundary-pushing, innovative startups up on the stage. So thank you again to all 6 of you. If we can get a round of applause.
Thank you very much.
And then very quickly, some photos. So if I can invite you to step forward.
So guys, we're going to have a little photo shoot here, but listen, on the back of your badge, it tells you where